All right.
All right, here we go. Oh, wait.
It's starting. Solstice is starting.
All right, little ones, we ready?
Yeah! Solstice.
All right, where's Mihira and Izzy?
All right, quick
Right here. Candles.
audio
So
check.
I just want to light them up.
Can folks online hear us?
We're going to hold fire. You better be careful.
And meanwhile, the kids just want to hold the fire.
We're going to hold fire.
Just for a second. All right.
But here, we're going to hold fire. So, everything put down. Okay? Just for a minute.
I'm just doing a quick check.
Okay? Be very still with it.
All right. Hopefully, folks online can hear us, and if not, it's going to be a very entertaining miming. So, happy solstice, everybody. So, lots of new folks. So, every year we tell the same story. So, some of these people at this point in time could probably tell the story. But solstice is, one of the festivals of light around this period. And if you look across many faiths, you've got festivals of light, one after another after another. You've got Diwali, you've got Ramadan, you've got, there's like 2 or 3 others that I'm missing. Oh, Christmas. Yeah, that one. Excellent.
And
Yes,
solstice.
Hanukkah.
And Solstice.
Yeah, and we'll get to Hanukkah because that's particularly important for how we...
Hanukkah's also a light celebration. You know that.
My daughter's teaching me how this all works. So I'm dealing with light as best as I can here for the folks online. So how this started, I probably started this tradition 20-something odd years that I've been doing this now. And it all stems from what was originally a Norse tradition. And for the little ones here, what's unique about solstice? Do we know?
We get to hold fire on the candle.
Pyromaniacs, yes. Is there something different about the day?
Thanking the sun, and it's really short. It's shorter than any other day of the year.
There we go. There's the magic. So we have this wonderful thing now called science that we know about things.
Yeah!
But you have to think about things from the perspective of, old times when things just got darker and darker and you didn't have an explanation for it. And you can imagine, in primarily agrarian societies, if everything was getting darker and darker, at some point in time, you're going to go, guys, we got a problem here because we got to plant plants. We have to have some way of living and surviving. So that's where, the solstice celebration was born out of looking at and saying, this is the peak point where we've gotten to the shortest of the year. If we do not intervene and do something, then the world is essentially going to just get plunged into an eternal darkness. And so out of fear was born the concept of light and hope, to say, hey, we're going to bring back the light. And so there's all different types of solstice traditions around the world. But the Norse in particular would grab a tree, and by tree I mean like a massive honking tree, knock it over, and they would drag it, and they would start a fire for the first fires of winter, and that would be how they would, stop the darkness from encroaching. And at the end of solstice, they would keep a piece of that, and that would be called the Yule log. And they keep it for the next year to start the fire the following year. And that tradition kind of shifted over time into more of household Yule logs. And most of the time when you hear Yule log, people just think the little cake log, which is tasty, but it's not really a Yule log. So what you ended up with is something kind of like, and I got to move out of the way so folks can see, because I'm sitting right in front of it, except for I've got the other camera, I forgot. So this is kind of a modern derivation of it. Now, other families do this, will do this sometimes with just their immediate family, where they'll just have a few tapers up there. And but when we do it, we invite a bunch of people here and kind of go ham on this and just put as many candles as we can fit. And we do, everyone in the room gets to make a wish for the coming year. And then If there's any left, we normally make a few wishes for those who've passed. So you'll notice we've got 3 runes on the back. That's not traditional at all. That's just something that we've come up with because tradition is this magical thing that you can adapt and shift over time. And I'm going to get to adaptation. That's my theme for this year. So every year, for the new folks, I've got a theme. It's solstice and sermon. So the runes from left to right are Awaz, Manaz, and Sigil. So Awaz was the symbol, the Norse symbol for the yew tree, which was extremely important with them and ties back to the Yule log. The one in the center is Manaz, and that is the representation of mankind. And the one on the right is Sigil, which is typically a rune of strength or amplification. So that's kind of my metaphor Yule log in sigil, in runes. So that's the rune combination that we've kept up with. I've got other friends who do Yule logs who do different sigils on theirs now. Last year we actually mailed them out. We mailed out Yule logs to a bunch of people because we couldn't do it in person. So that's kind of the quick and dirty story behind this and why Solstice exists. Now, in terms of the sermon, every year I kind of sit and I think of the year that's gone past. A lot of people I think do this at New Year's, and I tend to do this at Solstice. Because, I've done another cycle around the Earth myself right around this time period. And, this past year may not have been exactly what we thought it was going to be. So, and I think we find ourselves thinking about all the losses that we've incurred as a result of COVID. And I think we fail to realize some of the things that we've gained, some of the adaptations that we've had to do, and therefore learned and grown. I know in my family, my wife and I have had to support each other quite a bit through trials and travails that I won't get into. But, I think COVID has really tested our relationships with each other and how we interact with each other. And I've just been kind of thinking on that a lot. And I know for me personally, I've definitely made some pivots over the past year to try to learn and grow in new paths. As all of you know and are probably sick of hearing about, I spend a lot of freaking time on YouTube. But that's been a whole new learning bit for me where I've got to utilize skills from my past to bring in photography and creative bits and writing and all that. So my challenge is to everyone as we move forward, and the world still isn't perfect and probably won't ever be, is to figure out how we kind of adapt and look for those little gems of magic that are happening despite everything else around us and latch onto those. So with that, my child is just ready to light the world on fire right now.
There's a candle.
So
Mason.
with that,
Not hold two.
I'm going to let everyone start lighting the candles. So quick rules of lighting the Yule log, because this is important. We say the same thing every year, but it's important.
Start in the front.
No! We always
Make sure you lean your beard over. Shake
we
it
always
out.
light the Yule log from the back. All right? Everyone got it?
Yes.
Alright, Izzy, come here.
I understand it, but
Claudia?
I'm sorry if I failed to complete it.
I have faith in you.
I love her.
All right. I will hold this and hand it. I will light the first one.
I am so scared right now. I can hold fire, but I've held fire before.
I have faith in you.
Every solstice I hold fire.
That's true.
All right.
Yes.
Step up here.
So I'm not scared.
Light the back.
Here?
No.
Back.
All the way in the back. There you go.
There you go. And make your wish. All right. You got it.
Can I tell you what I'm in for? COVID is germs.
It's a good wish, Is.
Probably easier for you to get that liver.
You okay there, old man?
My
Yeah.
19-year-old ancient.
Matthew's making dad noises too.
Just not dad jokes. He makes plenty of those.
I don't know what you're talking about. I do. I mean, they originally were called peep jokes, but somebody co-opted that.
Oh, the other thing is important is people need to get up here quick.
Oh, yeah.
Keep them rolling. Because-
Because get the safe ones.
The other thing that I forgot to mention is that the concept is if the Yule log lights. Here, I'll hand off with you.
Oh, I touched the candle this year and it didn't go off.
Well, that's good.
That's a first.
The idea is that your wishes come true if the Yule log lights, which we don't have a good track record of.
We've even tried a few extra things.
Cheating.
Can I tell you what I wish for?
Yes, let's
They
just.
were blowing on this.
Oh,
let's
that's a
cheat
good one.
God.
Did you do one for yourself, Z?
Not yet.
Go ahead and get you.
Oh.
Soaking in fuel is not allowed.
Accelerants are not necessary.
Hey, Brittany.
Just recommended.
Alright, let's go. My hair's turning on.
All right, Mahir, you gonna do yours?
You come over here and watch me.
Back. You go like from the back.
You want to sit on Daddy's lap?
Yeah, maybe. So,
Right here.
What a journey.
You don't move this.
Hey, Britton Aldo.
make a wish.
Yeah, part of the reason for speed on this also is we're gonna have a moment where everyone thinks it lights, and that's just the pine.
I wish it come true. Thank you.
Oh, that's so wonderful.
You wish to meet somebody that would be your friend? Yeah. I love making friends.
Isabel, don't stand.
Ooh, wish for kiss
Izzy,
you.
thank you.
Can I put it on now?
Or yeah, you guys can go downstairs and use it.
Yay. Come on, come on. I want to candlelight one more candle.
Pyro, wait. Pyro.
I'll be there in a second, Mihir. I just want to light one more candle.
Thank you too.
She's thinking about it.
What do you mean I can turn
You
it
know what's
on?
gonna happen right now.
That's shared with me at least.
Love them. And then some days you're like, is it work?
Did I want this?
There's no way we're fitting in there.
Keep them coming, folks.
I think it's I know. I can't even relate.
Watch your beard, dude.
I mean, unless you were looking for a really close shave.
Daddy,
Yes, love.
I want to light I want to light another candle.
We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see what's left.
Miss Izzy, can you turn this on?
Hey, Luke, don't put your hair in the floor.
If you're gonna turn that on, you guys gotta.
Yeah, that was a last minute idea, Paula, because it was hard to see from the far away.
I know, man. I'm sorry.
Really okay, I just
It's
meant
just
the
the rules.
microphone. Yeah, don't do it.
You can do it when you get home. Ain't no rules there.
No, that's in our door. Don't tell him to light his hair on fire in the door.
In a
Well,
minute, Mihira.
outside you can. Technically, you can just drive away. and
You
light
answer?
fire away out and then come back.
Daddy, can I
You know, you
blow
can
out
sit back.
one?
No, we don't blow them out.
Not those ones. One that's in a different, like.
Yeah, afterwards.
Okay.
All right, did everyone?
Can I get another
Just,
turn?
I haven't gone yet.
Yes,
Is everyone here done?
That's as long as my legs are. I'd have to put them up like this, like a little kid.
These kick out.
What?
They kick out. That one has like a little.
How long and you didn't know that?
I sit where you're sitting. Ready for it?
One butt cheek did.
Yours is.
There's
Tell me what you
a
want to do it
lever.
for.
Yeah, yours
And
is.
you can have a seat here.
Why do you want to light
Kick
another
up.
one? You can't light another one for yourself.
I'm gonna do it for everyone. I'm gonna wish that everyone gets a new friend.
Okay.
Izzy, can you light one for Sarah since she couldn't come?
Oh, that's a good idea.
Huh?
Light one for Sarah.
Careful.
Holding fire is fun. When you
You remember this, Jerry. You remember this. When I grow up, I'm gonna become an arsonist.
The day my pyro was Joanne's turn.
Yep.
She's gonna cosplay like Solstice
What?
Sally
Yeah,
or
what's-
something.
I got 3 left here.
For Danny.
All right, 2 left. So
Lord be watching right there.
when we get to the end, typically what I do is I light a few for my family who's not here, and then I always leave a few. So I've got 3 open for anyone who would like to light one who's for someone who's not here,
I can do
or
one
for family that's passed. Got 2 last ones.
Where did the hammer go?
Anyone else?
Would Mason, you want to do one for 99?
My feet
I'll
are
do
up.
one for my mom. You want to do one for 99? Okay, here you go. You see the last one?
They're on the
Nadia, you did
on the
it
right.
purpose? Because I noticed you staring at your mom.
No, it's not.
Oh, that's what that promise was.
There we go.
Nadia's
All
like,
right.
Thank you.
Alright, goodbye, downstairs.
I think we looked at this couch for our downstairs and determined we wouldn't fit in our
All right.
downstairs.
I'm gonna
For
turn
all
around
individual pieces.
and say goodbye, folks, because now our wait begins.
Happy Solstice!
So happy solstice to everybody, and thank you all for coming. And we're gonna go have some drinks now.
Yeah! Woo!
Solstice.
Party mode! Wait, I'm too young.
You're 14.
I'm 14.
And hey, Stephanie, blessed Yule to you as well. And take care, everybody. Goodbye.
Bye.
Once I figure out how to stop this.
It's not like